Hello Runescape, Wilmasit here with a new video, and how was everyone doing? So, this is a video containing a lot of spoilers regarding the next week quest, the World Wakes, and possibly some other kind of information regarding quests and other stuff, and basically that you might not want to know about before you're actually exploring this yourself. With me here I have xGameRebelx, who knows a lot about these things. He's been researching for a couple of days, and after the release of some teaser images and the updates with the archaeology dig site thingy, basically next to Legends Guild, there are some things that we do want to mention that kind of might get some attention from you guys. So yeah, basically GameRebelx, what do you have to share?
Right, so Will has probably got on the screen right now some teaser images, so why don't we just start with forgetting the teaser images and just saying a bit about the World Wakes? So
yeah, fair enough.
Let's get rid of that image, Will. Just smooth it down.
No, the first picture here I want to show you, this is looks like the entrance to the tomb thingy where Gothic is sleeping, because following the dig site there's a large door down the stairs, and you can see the stairs here, and the door seems to be open, so well, of course it's open, but yeah, it looks like the entrance, basically.
Yeah, the entire area seems to be very natural, even a bit overgrown as such, with trees actually being a part of the structure of the building. So in the top right you can see like trees branching in between things, and even a pedestal made out of trees. So
they're really good with the graphics.
Yeah, they have done a nice job on this, let's just say that. So actually, let's just say about where the dig site is. If you actually have played the Meeting History quest, you'll know that some of the first inhabitants of Gilnor were actually settling around the Ardoon area. So if Guthix went to sleep, of course he'd want to be near the people that he brought to the plane. So that is probably why they've put it so close to Ardoon. Most
likely, yeah.
Yeah.
So they can't really put it in the middle of Ardoon either, so yeah.
No.
So, do we continue to the next picture?
Yep.
Yeah, on this picture you can see a big kind of sword-like, look-like kind of thing. I'm not sure if it's a blade or something, because you can't really hold there, I guess, and it's really big. But yeah, this is red, and it says something on the blade there. I don't know what language that is. But the funny thing with this is that this is placed in a wilderness volcano as of now. It's been there for a long time as well. And on the original picture on the Runescape wiki, the color of it is blue. And on the picture we have here, it's red, basically. So you did have some interesting information regarding that as well.
Right, so this entire sword was actually shoved into the ground by Guthix himself. Yes, he lifts. That sword is massive. He shoved it into the ground as a warning to everyone in the God Wars. Stop now, this is the end, no more fighting. And it is blue normally, which, very nice colour, but red here indicates that someone has actually probably broken the edicts of Guthix. A god is interfering with the world of RuneScape. And a hidden update, even more hidden than this little dig site, I know, is a shadowed figure. He can be seen around the Grand Exchange in the entrance or the northwest corner. He can be seen by the archaeological dig next to the Legends Guild, and even by the God Wars dungeon. And
that is quite interesting as well, because this guy do have some kind of Sarah's kind of mark on his
shoulder pads.
Shoulders.
Yep.
Yeah. And following his look, well, he does kind of remind me of something, I don't remember what, but he does remind me of something. And the teleport animation is quite unique as well.
It is.
So this is
It's never been before seen on RuneScape. He has yellow eyes as well, like really glowing yellow eyes. Like, if you have played the Ritual of the Mighty Heart quest, you would have seen Sarah Domin, and I scarcely say that it has the same kind of glow as Sarah Domin's eyes. So could even be Zaros, and a manifestation of Zaros on the plane of Gilnor, and that could be what's triggered the sword to go red and to say, guys, it's the new age, a year has advanced in the world of RuneScape, stuff is happening now, be prepared. And we can kind of go into that with the next pic, the picture with the person in Torva.
Yeah, sure.
Shall we go on?
So basically what this is, it's the Gordian, well, some at least of the Guardians of Guthix. There are only 5 Guardians revealed at the moment that is official, but we do have 2 extras here, being the her blue cape seller in Tarvalette, did forget his name, and the small elf here, well, imp fairy thingy, that could remind of the Slayer Master in
Chowder in Xanareth.
Yeah, Chowder. Yeah.
Right, so in the picture we can actually see Fiara, the earwig kind of creature who is the guardian of the Fist of Guthix, and if you actually look to the left of the player, you see Death in his updated graphical rework. So recently in a behind the scenes, Mod Mark stated that Death would actually be seeing some action this year, would be fighting, he said, which is key word, fighting, and in the picture you see the player actually in a fighting stance. Could this be the Guardian of Guthix trying to protect this dig from the gods, quote from Mod Marks, who would be seeking the rarest butterfly? So, do you want to talk a bit about the butterfly fact, Will?
Oh yeah. The butterfly, guys, it's, as Pip mentioned, we do have heard the mention, well, the Jane was mentioning, searching for the prettiest butterfly, and this butterfly looks pretty amazing, so I would say this looks like something suspicious as well. As you can notice, this place, well, in the picture, it does look overgrown like the other rooms in this kind of dungeon do. And it looks kind of like the end stop of the room or something. There's no doors on the sides or entrances, and it's in the middle of the room, pretty much planned placed-ish
I think
kind of
the
thing.
door's like behind the camera.
Yeah, of course, that's what I'm mentioning. This is like the last room in the dungeon.
Yeah. So,
And
if anybody doesn't know, which you probably do, but when Guthix first entered the plane of Gieonor, he arrived in the form of a butterfly. And that's why Mod Mark says the gods will be searching for the rarest butterfly. They will be searching for Guthix himself. But another interesting thing is, they say gods, plural. Multiple gods will be wanting the power of Guthix. So,
which also reminds me that if they're searching for Guthix, we have a picture with the Gordian of Guthix in a fighting position, and we have this shadowing figure running around Runescape, possibly searching for something.
Could this shadowy figure be Zaros trying to amass his fighters, to which are Merger Heart, by the way, which would be amazingly OP if they worked together and try to fight the gods in Guthix? It would be a crazy fight. So yeah, they could be trying to collect Guthix himself, but the Guthix just seems too peaceful there. It almost seems like, I'm sorry, a flashback.
Yeah, that could also explain the non-mossy kind of thing of the room, but I also suggested earlier before this video was recording that this could mean that Guthix is kind of holy, and because of that,
yeah, his light burns
stuff
away and but he's got like a tree. His pedestal is almost like a tree, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Guthix is green, nature.
Yeah, it's
and balance.
Balance.
But I do kind of wonder why most of his wings are blue. The tips of his wings are green, but the main wings of the butterfly is blue. Why is it blue? I mean, well, Guthix represents green, so...
the tears of Guthix themselves are blue, so if Guthix cried, it would probably be the same colour as his wings, and...
Is that something we could consider? We do have the Coldlight Queen, well, the king, changing kind of their glow effect from what attack they're going to do.
Yeah, so, like, Jadex have recently been implementing updates where graphical changes might change how they affect the environment. So with Catlight King's wings, changing colour means different attack. But with Guthix crying, it could be different.
Could this mean that, does this mean Guthix is crying?
No, because they look very blue at the moment. I think that's when he's asleep, actually. That might be Guthix having a little nap.
Yeah. So do you want to continue to the next picture?
So the next picture again looks like a bit of a flashback, but they're like...
we have no clue what this is.
Yeah, to be honest, these look like little golems made by Guthix, I'd assume, because they all have the Guthix. But they could be the Guardians of Guthix, the original Guardians of Guthix. That's what...
yeah, they could be.
So, they could be the original Guardians. It would be a bit odd, but...
they do look like statues, though.
Yeah, statues that just come alive. But there are trees. Yeah. There are... hang on a sec, I've not noticed this before. There are trees in the background. That looks like the stairs of the dig. The first stairs going down a bit, that looks like the first bit.
Yeah. I noticed that as well,
that
that
could
it was
be
research
outside.
in the background, but you have the fence as well.
Yeah, this
So I'm not sure what
feels
this
like
is.
a
It could be...
flashback, definitely.
Yeah, it could be a flashback or a cutscene going on in the middle of the quest, because it looks like it's nighttime on this picture.
Yeah. Now, just the last little note, just one of the last little things. In the quest, well, not in the quest actually. Mod Mark or Mod Osborne, one of the two, they're basically content, the real lore people of RuneScape. They make the lore, that kind of thing. But they've stated someone will ascend to godhood. But I've also got a little statement from Mod Osborne, which goes, quote, "What the inhabitants of Gieonor think of gods are actually false gods who used something else to get their power." Finish quote. An example of this is when Saradomin heals his commander Ziliana after his fight with Krill Soroth. He clearly raises his hands to the Stone of Jas and appears to siphon energy from it. This indicates that Saradomin might have gotten his godhood from the Stone of Jas instead of being a natural god, similar to how Zamorak performed. In fact, the term god might not even be accurate, or god might be a term used to define a creature that has attained godhood through the use of an item. Then the term elder god might be a creature that has always had the power of godhood. So instead of seeing another Zamorak join the story where they've stolen their power from something, could we be seeing Guthix actually become an elder god? I would love to see Guthix become an elder god. It would just do him justice because he is that badass.
I'm not even sure what an elder god is, but let's not go into detail on that. So, what else do we have to explain?
What? Just quickly, an elder god is essentially the very first gods. Jas, who the Stone of Jas is named after, formed the world of Gieonor itself using the Stone of Jas. He is essentially the god of the world, and then Guthix essentially brought life to it. So Jas formed it, Guthix brought humans, but Dragonkin were probably the first race to arrive because of the Stone of Jas and having to protect it.
Yeah.
Right.
On this picture here, it's from the behind the scenes, I believe.
Yep, episode 35, and in it you can actually see on the screen of one of the JMods that are being spoken to, a notepad with tons of info, almost like he was making a quest and he had to read off that to make sure the quest was going how it was meant to. But it's like a floating platform with two people, one of them assumed to be the player, and then there's another person, maybe the level 99 Herblore Cape Seller from the other image with the Guardians of Guthix, and then there's an altar, and the altar is definitely an altar of Guthix, but there's a shadowy figure behind it. Like, I'm not saying a small one, I'm saying a massive floating head. Green floating head. I'm just saying.
Have we seen something like that before?
I'm not sure. We've seen Zaros as an orange floaty head.
Yeah, but would this be Saras?
No, it wouldn't be. The shadowy figure, I'd say, is more of a Zaros kind of character, because the orangey shadowy head we've seen before is a couple years old. It's not had the amazing graphics that the current team have been putting into it. So I'm thinking, just saying, if there's a green floating head, me and we were psychics. Just putting that there.
So yeah, guys, tell me your opinions in the comment section below. If you have something more information that wasn't mentioned in this video, feel free to comment in below. I will read all the comments and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks XGameRebelx for this information. It was pretty amazing. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, my name is Lizard. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Goodbye.